2-1 set wins over Zamba and Jen. So what do we got? We've got Meta Knight and Wolf. We've got some staple character specialists, and we have got PS2, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, PS2 makes for the best games, and, well, not Jen and Jakal, BONK and Jakal, rather. Both of them, like you said, consummate character specialists. Neither one of them have, like, any secondaries that are on that same level as their main character. So you're always going to see the Wolf, you're always going to see the Meta Knight, and you're always going to see a really good set, especially when Jakal is feeling himself like this as he gets the down air for the spike, and only having taken 10% on his first stock, he is definitely feeling good about that. But oh my gosh, BONK! He very nearly takes it right back, Jakal is going to be able to make it back, but just barely.
God, and these angles from Jakal, these recoveries have been so clutch. I mean, Wolf's up B, that Firewolf having an incredibly large hitbox at the tip of his foot, able to fight right through the Mach Tornado and keep him alive. And a Wolf on stage is so threatening, able to create massive leads as he was looking for the up smash, but not able to find it. BONK really needs to close out this stock, but he gets grabbed. That's probably the worst thing, because down throw dash attack is a great starter.
Yeah, down throw dash attack, it's that free early percent, it's that bread and butter that every Wolf main figured out on day one of Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it's been here since the beginning. But oh no, BONK is going to get caught by the running out of invincibility off the ledge, sent pretty deep out, but Jakal isn't able to get a follow-up, and Meta Knight, his recovery tools are pretty strong, so he is going to be able to make it back. Still though, just throwing out those, I think, oh my god, what?
The trade, he was in the perfect spot to punish Wolf for the Wolf Flash, as the hurt box of Wolf ends up coming out first, but just a little bit too late on the Mach Tornado as that trade kills both of them. And hey, Jakal feels pretty good. It's like, all right, we take those to the bank, and I get to keep playing my game without having to worry about Meta Knight combos stealing a game from me.
No, I think Jakal is more than happy with that trade. He got an extra stock and only had to trade one high percent stock off in exchange for it, so he's going to take that every single day of the week. And speaking of things that he's taking, he's not taking any of these hits from Meta Knight. He's doing such a good job playing defensively around all of these startup options that BONK is going for. So instead, he's only been able to find those straight hits. He hasn't been able to get those big up airs or those big down airs that send the way he wants them to.
That time, a little bit too overzealous with that back air, but what makes Jakal so good and what makes this defense so impressive, as you mentioned, is how he's able to mix up when he's going to go in for grabs. Like, he's able to jump around, use Wolf's airspeed, and then suddenly he's on the floor grabbing you. It's like, it's so quick, and his decision making is so on point when he's playing well that there's a reason BONK is at 140 and climbing.
I mean, like 140, he's not going to be living too much longer, especially against Wolf. He's in back throw range if they're close enough to the ledge. He's in back air range just about anywhere. I think he's also in dash attack range at this point. I'm not sure exactly how heavy Meta Knight is, but I think he's on the lighter end, so he's not going to be living through too much, especially with the way Jakal is playing this set right now. But he does get that down smash out off of the dimensional cape, but this is probably going to be it. No, is going to be able to escape that bad situation with a little bit of spaghetti, but eventually, like I said, that is just going to be the dash attack coming out from Jakal and closing out that first game, going up 1-0. As we take a look back at these replays, we can see just how dominant this first game was from Jakal, and yeah, look at that trade on the Wolf Flash, Ubel.
The second stock was just such a heartbreaker for BONK, who was able to put together some really nice stuff, but Jakal was just looking so strong in a stock trade, so explosively like that, kind of hits the nail on the head of, man, I gotta get back on this grind and almost look forward game 2 and see what you can exploit. But hey, BONK, you can see it in his tag, he's on that Sigma grind set, and he is looking forward all of these combos on a stage like FD. Less places to land means all the places for Meta Knight to make the most of it.
You know, Ubel, I had just about managed to successfully repress the fact that BONK's tag says Sigma Male. I had repressed it in my memory. I had ignored it in this game, and then you brought it up, and now I'm sad.
It's just too easy.
He's on that grind set, though. He might come to a grinding halt, though, soon if he's not careful. Does manage to avoid getting caught by the spike hitbox of the Wolf Flash, so is going to be able to survive just a little bit longer. 23% separating the two of these characters, the two of these players. But if Jakal's not careful, Bonk will be catching him. No back air, actually beat out by the up B this time. So Jakal is able to make it back on stage safely, but these tech situations are so dangerous against a character like Meta Knight, so he's got to be so careful.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what I love the most about Meta Knight's, about Bonk's Meta Knight. Because while, of course, the combo game is on...
Bonk.
Yeah, I mean, it might as well be. He's the best representative character in Tri-State, and he does things like that. He takes the little things about the character and makes the most out of them. And one of the better things about Meta Knight that gets a little stepped on, since of course his combo game is so prolific, is his tech chasing and grounded ability is so good. He's able to find so much off of these little grounded pokes and get kills off of edge guarding, especially against Wolf Flash.
Is going to be coming back up onto stage, but this time Bonk is doing a pretty good job of keeping him boxed out. And this time gets the favorable trade with the tornado, doesn't get beat out by Wolf Flash, and then immediately gets that F smash out there too. But Jakal not one to be caught lacking for too long, immediately throws out an up smash of his own and closes that distance. But with a full stock lead, Bonk definitely is going to be looking at winning this game. If he's not careful though, Jakal will rip this lead away from him, so he's got to get his feet on the ground, Ooble.
Yeah, getting hit by that falling fair is a tough one for sure. He's able to find his way to the ground, but he's able to get hit by another falling fair. Getting caught dashing just a little bit too much in the corner. The initial dash in this game is so committal, and Jakal took the most of it with Wolf's incredible airspeed. Hey, this happened a lot in the last set we saw Jakal in too. He was down a lot and then made a huge play to bring it back. But let's see if Bonk can stop the bleeding with some of these up airs. Oh, are you dead? No,
not quite. Not quite, but he came very close.
Dangerously close for sure, but it forces Jakal into a deficit for sure, as Bonk is still looking for these kills off the Condor dive.
He wants the dimensional cape from off stage again, but Jakal a little bit too smart to be hit by that. He's seen it one too many times, and now gets the up throw on Bonk. Going to be searching for the bear to follow it up, but Ooble, just keep in mind, we blinked, and then the advantage from Jakal, or the advantage from Bonk rather, the lead from Bonk has just completely vanished. It's only about 5% between the two of them now, and now it doesn't even matter, because that war crime of a back air is going to find its mark, and that mark is Bonk's jaw, sending him out of the game and into the loser's bracket, with Jakal moving on to his rightful place in winner's side grands.
And I think it's really important to look at, as we saw that in that last stock, most of the time when Jakal was rising, using that double jump and Wolf's incredible airspeed to weave back and forth, literally drawing figure eights overhead, he would never commit to too much of a button. It was always something like Nair or just nothing at all, trying to bait Meta Knight and Bonk into doing something a little bit something more obvious that he could punish, whether it be just simply an opening shield or jumping at him. That time, he saw the jump and he punished it accordingly, and it's not like Wolfpacker is too much of a commitment, but it was just well placed, well timed, and perfectly conditioned on Jakal, even in those micro situations, as he takes it 2-0 over Bonk.